Over the last year, Rwanda's economy has changed with the times, solidifying to allow progress aligned with global standards. Joining me to discuss the current status of the financial space is Teddy Kabiruka, an economic analyst. Teddy, thank you very much for creating time to be here, as we discuss what's happening as the year comes to a close. Now, we've talked about the indicators over the year. We talked about health. We talked about inequalities in the different sectors. But speak to us about where we are now and what is driving us at the moment.
What we see is the different economic indicators are now on the good position. When you see the inflation, when you see the exchange rates, so the Rwandan currency is in a good position compared to the rest of the currency in the region.
All right, now we know as the year comes to a close and as we go into Q1, there's a lot of, everything remains quiet in terms of revenue and operations, but the inflation at the moment is said can be handled, and
yes.
We've spoken to the central bank governor about the same, but is this something that we should tighten up on, or should we look forward to it being going up in the recent future?
What we have now is a controllable situation, but we can still do better. There is a way to improve, especially to take it down, because the rate is we would expect more than that, but we managed to control it. But if you can bring it down again, it will be better.
All right.
Yep.
We've spoken about the stock market, the capital markets, and
yes.
now we are seeing different economic alternatives coming in terms of unit trusts and investment trusts. Give us your sense of where we are in terms of wealth distribution and the inequalities at the moment.
In fact, those different investment options are a way of accessing capital, where being the government, the private sector can access capital to invest in development projects. And in those development projects, people will get jobs, and the wealth will be distributed equally to different people. And there, from those investments, we'll get the return on investment, and the wealth will be distributed equally.
All right. You've talked about liquidity, but let's touch on this point. Every time we float a bond, we've talked about how the bond will go into building infrastructure, particularly for the airport. But up to now, nothing has happened in that regard. We're still waiting for the airport and the expansion to happen. But what is happening on this space? Are we not financing our requirements properly?
But I think that being a huge investment project, and when you see Rwanda, there are so many other investments going on, and it will be very ambitious to say we can see everything starting at the same time. So I think it's a matter of priority of where do we invest now, and what to illustrate on that, we saw the Kigali International Airport being expanded instead of investing in the new airport. That is the plan B in terms of investments, because I mean, as we have now, the airport is big enough to accommodate the airplane flow now, and that was a smart decision in terms of investment. And if we can use what we have now, maybe we get more resources in the future to invest in big airports.
All right, on a macro level, we are still expecting so much in regards to 2020, where the EDPRS2 targets have to be set. But leading from now to then, what remains to be done?
The different sectors are clear, and in terms of milestone, what need to be achieved by that time. I think the biggest sector where focus should be made, and we keep saying it, the infrastructure development, especially the energy sector, because we know energy is the engine of the economy. Yes. And we saw different initiatives, getting power from Ethiopia, getting power from Kenya. Those are different initiatives.
Even a lot of hydro
from within,
from here,
yes, a different option of getting power. Because it's a strategic investment. If the government managed to get enough power, and then the industry will follow, the other sectors will follow.
All right. We want to look at things from a regional perspective or Pan-African perspective. Are we now establishing Rwanda? Are we on the map clearly now? Because we've been talking about us being a logistics hub, ICT hub, yes. Even a financial hub at the moment. Yeah. Are we clear on where we are as in the East African market?
It's clear that different sectors picking up, and we can say that Rwanda is positioning itself, because if we can manage to get the energy, if we can get to maintain the security, if the financial sector is also picking up, and we are having different options of financing different development projects. All those requirements help to say, oh, whoever wants to do any business in the region, then Rwanda is the best, place to go and operate from, and then control the area. The other thing is, Rwanda has, Kigali at least has its comparative advantage geographically, because from Kigali you can fly. It's 1 hour almost, for all capital city of the East Africa. So that is another compelling option Rwanda has.
All right, we have a lot to look forward to over the next years. Teddy Kaberuka, thank you very much for your insight. That was Teddy Kaberuka, an economic analyst, telling us where exactly we are with Rwanda's financial space and what remains to be done regarding the same.